Indore, known for its street food scene. I'm not actually sure what this is, but I'm certainly going to try. Historic architecture. Now this is really an iconic side of Indore, and bustling markets. This city has even been ranked one of the cleanest cities in India. Let's get down there and let's explore. Now the best place to get started has got to be the old city centre. Let's go get an Uber and let's head down there right away. Hello. And would you look at this? This is the heart of the old city. And it's absolutely true what they say. The streets look pretty clean. Beautiful architecture here already. Now before this trip to India, I'd never heard of Jainism as a religion. But since then, I've explored several temples and they've all been absolutely stunning. And that's where we're going to start off today, a famous Jain temple here. This is Kanj Mandir. And this doesn't look like what I consider a Jain temple to look like. It's very, very different. It looks more like some kind of traditional mansion. Wow, it's popular here too. Hello. I'm definitely not the only one coming at this time, but would you look at that building? That is fantastic. Sadly, there was no cameras allowed inside, not even mobile phones, very strictly enforced too, so no chance to show you any footage in there. Also, quite strict on the sock front. I was told as soon as I walked in, I must take my socks off by a man walking around in there wearing socks. Anyway, beautiful inside. It's really made of mirrors. Even the floor is made of mirrors. And it's just so stunning. Completely different to any Jain temple I've seen before. Now let's head off and explore the centre a little more. And this is the Sarafa market in the centre. Lively bazaar. It's known for its gold and jewellery, but there's so much more around, and it's so colourful. And just wandering by here, I've come across this other Jain temple. Let's go and see if I can have a look inside. A nice calm space in there, far simpler than the other temple I was just in. None of the elaborate mirror work, but still beautiful. And they did allow me just to take a couple of little videos in there. So well worth stopping in. Now, gonna head on deeper through the market to another site. Oh, look at that, you come around the corner to another beautiful historic building. Looks like a mosque. Now this is really an iconic side of Indore. The Rajwada palace was built in the 18th century by the Holkar dynasty. It's 7 stories high and it's a blend of Maratha and European styles. You know, in this case, I could actually go inside, but it's an exorbitant 20 times the price for a foreigner versus a local. And I don't actually know what's inside there anyway, so in this case, I can't bring myself to pay it. And you don't want to see the inside of a museum anyway, that doesn't make very good video. Oh, there's a big mosque over there. And by the river here, we have these beautiful cenotaphs dating back to the early 19th century as memorials to the Holkar rulers. Now there's not so much down by the river itself, so I'm going to head out of the centre now, see what else I can find. And this is the entrance to the Lal Bagh Palace. Looks like we need to walk a bit. And I tell you what, it's quite nice to be off those streets anyway, a bit of peace and quiet away from the traffic. And of course, where there's an open green space, you'll get to find cricket here. We're actually coming up to a really big game. Tomorrow is the India versus Pakistan game. That is a big rivalry. For now, let's watch these guys play. So this lavish 19th century palace was built by the Holkar dynasty, and supposedly they actually resided here until 1978. It fell into disrepair and all of its antiques were stolen. The government eventually bought it out and turned it into this museum that we see today, a kind of recreation of the way the palace used to be. And it's fantastic to see in there. Wow, look at this room. Huge tigers both sides. You see all these different styles of rooms there. Clearly Mughal architecture there, what looks to be more Baroque. There's really all sorts, it's really very different as you walk through. Now let's head on somewhere else in the city, a famous Hindu temple here. So this here is the Sri Annapurna temple, an important Hindu temple dedicated to the goddess Annapurna, the deity of food. Just the detailing of the entranceway here is incredible, with these 4 life-size elephants and all this colour around. Now the origins of this temple date back to the 9th century, but it was rebuilt in the 20th century to become what you see today. And it's absolutely beautiful, the intricate detailing all over, the beautiful mosaic floor that you see inside with that same style as the Taj Mahal, and this lovely sense of calm and peace throughout. Absolutely stunning. I find myself leaving this place with a whole newfound sense of calm and peace. But it's not all palaces, temples and bustling streets. I'm going to head out a little further now, continue this sense of calm and tranquility. I've come out to what's known as Regional Park. This is just to the south of the city and it's an absolutely huge area. But I'm thinking this is going to be the perfect place to come and relax and get some peace and quiet. Well, look at that. That's looking pretty nice so far. There's this big lake off to the side here. I hear supposedly there should be boating out on the lake, although I don't see any of that going on right now. What I do hear over the other side is some thumping music. Now, I know to you watching, the scene that you see and the audio that you hear probably isn't actually adding up, but I swear this is the reality. In India, that usually just means one thing, a wedding. I've really got to go to one of these weddings once, it sounds like such a party. Now I actually arrived yesterday evening in Indore and I saw, just walking out of my hotel a little way to get some food, what must have been the biggest Indian wedding I've ever seen, or at least the evidence of it. So there was numerous marching bands, all dressed in different colours, huge groups of them sat around waiting for something. There were horses and carriages everywhere on the streets waiting to go. There was the biggest elephant I've seen in my life. Supposedly the groom would ride that into the wedding. Drones flying overhead, fireworks going off later in the evening. Crazy. That must have been some real rich people having that wedding, but what a spectacle that must have been to actually be taking part in that. And you know, I think this really is a lovely calm space. I don't care that there was thumping music for the setup of a wedding out by the lake over there. That is India. This is a country which isn't afraid to show its vibrancy. And often that can be noise. That could be so many things, but it is absolutely full of life here. And you gotta love that. And that's really part of the beauty of Indore, it seems. People actually do. It's really true. This is a surprisingly clean city. Now let's head out of here, away from the young couples sitting in the shade that seem to make up most of the park's population right now. We're going to head back towards the city and to one of the other famous Hindu temples in the area. Hello. So this is the Kajana Ganesh Mandir temple complex, with the main temple in the complex being dedicated to the Lord Ganesha. You're at this wonderful rude inn, surrounded by these market stalls, all really selling the same thing, these wonderful looking sweets. And this also, like many places in this city, was built in the 18th century by the Holkar dynasty. It's said that the ancient idol in the temple was seen in a dream by a local priest. So as I understand it, the devotees circle around the temple here and tie a thread to pray to Lord Ganesha for successful completion of their work. And what you also see here, which makes a lot more sense having been into the temple, is people selling the flowers, the offerings for the temple. That was absolutely stunning. What a beautiful temple complex. Let's head back now to the city's more modern side, to one of the malls in the area. Now, of course, you've got the old city bazaar and markets, but then you've also always got this side in modern India, the malls. Here we've got two right next to each other, the C21 Mall and the Mala Mall. Seeing a lot of the Western brands here, of course. Some other, probably Indian names I don't know of. The Western food brands as well, seeing rather sadly a McDonald's and a Subway. I think I'll avoid that rubbish, but I'm sure there's a lot more on the food front on offer. These places always have so much choice. Upstairs here we've got a cinema, there's bowling, there's a games arcade, but not much on the food front here. But it looks like they're still finishing some of this off. Anyway, wouldn't it be a waste to eat in a mall in a city which is known for its street food? So I got put on to a place called 56 Dukan by a couple of local friends, and I'm going to head there right now and check it out. And this is 56 Dukan. It's absolutely full of places to eat here. Great open air street food area by the looks of things. Look at this. Wow, look at this. Loads of street food, loads of choice here. Then over this side, we've got more of the restaurant style places, the chains that you see all over the place, like Wow Momo. Now, of course, the key to these places is just to look for the place with the most customers. That's going to have a good throughput of food. It's more likely to be fresh, so that's what I'm going to go with. We've got a contender right here. Absolutely lovely, and you know this is fresh, bubbling oil there. Wow. Fantastic. I've just been given this here. I'm not actually sure what this is, but I'm certainly going to try. So I've just been told by a local who was obviously feeling sorry for me, not knowing what I'm eating, that this is a coconut patty. So here we go. It's got a load of sauce here as well. All right then. That is absolutely full of flavour. Some nice spice in the middle there, and nice spice from the sauce as well. Oh, delicious. Mmm. Lovely, lovely coconut there. Oh, that's just fantastic. Mmm. Really, really good. Thank you so much. Lovely. Okay, now I'm being led somewhere. I'm not quite sure what, but what is this that you're saying I should try?
Shikanji. It's a special thing. We can guide you how it is made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are having a shikanji here.
Shikanji, yeah?
Shikanji is made of milk, dry fruits. We have in it. It consumes around 24 hours to make the milk process.
Okay.
And after 24 hours to chill the product.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this sounds very, very different.
Simply. You can have this with it.
Oh, okay. Right, thank you. So just drink it like it is. Okay, well, here we go. Shikanji. Okay, it tastes like a yogurt. It's basically like a yogurt with a kind of sweet, dried fruit kind of taste in there. And then this really smooth, kind of milky end to it. Kind of like condensed milk, but more kind of fresh than that. Very interesting. It's just lovely around here. Never seem to have to pay for a thing. The people are so hospitable. It's really nice around here. Great hospitality, good food, and a really good vibe. But this is not a food video, so I'm afraid you're gonna have to leave me to it, and I'm gonna stuff my face. See you later. And that's it. It's been great here in Indore, but it's time to move on to a whole different side of India. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and come along next time for a lot more from India and beyond.